the TV screen. Ky and Spider laughing loud, making quite a scene. Honeybee, she sneezes, laughter fills the room. Kahuna Nui steps in, chases all the gloom. Catalano TV fun times, epic blue spirits alive. Friends just being who they are, stars under the same sky. Spider flips the channels, Kahuna Nui stays close. Joey strums guitar strings, Honeybee feels the most. Laughter echoes endless, stories in the blue. Ky and Honey dreaming, making moments true. Catalano TV fun times, epic blues riffs alive. Friends just being who they are, stars under the same sky. Laughter echoes endless, stories in the blue. Ky and Honey dreaming, making moments true. Catalano TV fun times.
And bouquets, beaches, welcome to Ky and Friends Fun Times. Hope you're all doing well. It is a wonderful Wednesday evening for our friends in the land down under, Australia. And it is a wonderful morning, 7:32 now, Eastern Standard Time in the lovely United States of America. Beautiful day. If I'm being honest, it's a little bit humid, but that ain't nothing compared to what our friends deal with down in Texas and Florida. So nothing to complain about. It's still nice weather. There's no snow on the ground. We have to remember the things that we can be grateful for. No shoveling the driveway today. You have to see the mailman struggle across the yards through the snow. What's not to like? It's a beautiful day. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Hey, Gaseous Clay. How are you, sir? Looking dapper there with your summer haircut, man. I know you got long hair, but we'll go with it. I imagine it's going to be hard to find a picture like that with long hair, but somehow, some way, Gaseous, I think you might be able to pull it off. Put one of those wigs on there, man. It's one of those rock and roll haircuts. Be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Anyways, we'll start with Ky's morning stretch. Take the left arm, stretch it out in its respective direction. The right leg, stretch it out in its respective direction. The right arm in its respective direction. Deep breath in. And finally, the left leg, stretch it out in its respective direction. Take a deep breath in. And for at least a moment, think of that something. If it only at least one single solitary thing you have to be thankful for. That simple act will bring a sense of joy and tranquility over you when you think about that, which you have to be thankful for. And there's so many things you can make it very simple, you can make it complicated, you can make it next level, contemplating, right? Just so much to be thankful for. When you do that, you get a release of oxytocin in your brain. You will have this sense of wellness or happiness or joy. And that will carry actually help to put the cascade of events that helps you to go through the day with a more thankful disposition and therefore achieve more things by which you can be thankful for, right? Gaseous is going to work on the hair. I can't say I blame you, man. You're having fun with it, man. We'll see what you do, man. I'm looking forward to it now that you say that. Hey, Brent Bunkhouse. Oh, man, you really had me cracking up yesterday about the writing the website name all over the toilet seats in Australia, or toilet stalls in the bathrooms of Australia. Man, I'll tell you, that was some funny stuff there, Brent. Just make sure you don't wash it off accidentally. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine. There's Ky's channel. Oh. Anyways, that reminds me. I guess I've got to I'll throw that on here because we're so thankful that we got the endorsement of our dear friend, purveyor of Catalano TV, the founder, Joey C. Very thankful that he endorses our shows. We've got the morning show, 7:30. It's Ky and Friends, really. 7:30 because, Ky and Friends is more representative of the audience that we have. So we're mindful of the folks listening to us in the evening. And so Ky and Friends just makes more sense, right? So we've got the Ky and Friends show Monday through Friday. Then we've got Saturday mornings. And, of course, we have happy hour at 5:30. Eastern Standard Time. And happy hour and Saturday mornings typically start out with like 15 solid minutes of blues and music composed and comprised of members of the chat, a lot of it. Right? Good times. It's just a way to unwind a little bit, before the show, about 15, 20 minutes of that. Then at the end of the show, about 15, 20 minutes more. And we do the same thing Saturday mornings. Just a good way to unwind, get things rolling. So we'll post that in the chat here. This is the link to the YouTube channel. Appreciate you folks subscribing. And we're thankful that Joey is encouraging folks to subscribe to us as well. We are very thankful for that. So as you see the links in the chat, I know you're already subscribed, Gaseous Clay. Appreciate that. Crosstalk in the chat. Yep. And there it is. Ky and Friends at Ky Brancaccio /streams. Appreciate y'all. We're spending this current week here at Catalano TV in the interim period. Of course, Joey knows he can always, we're just a phone call away. Appreciate all the support at Catalano TV. And now you might ask why. What day is it? What national day is today? Well, let's see. There's a few different national days today. One of them is, hey, good morning, Terry Nee. Great to see you in there, Terry. I don't know what I'm doing there. There we go. Terry's giving us the peace sign. Peace to you, Terry. Peace, brother. Today's national days. Well, don't ask me why it starts out with this, but Chronic Disease Day. Now, I don't know about you folks, but I think there's a better way to have a day with that name in it. How about Chronic Disease Prevention Day? Doesn't that sound a little better? Chronic Disease Prevention Day. I think that would be better. And of course, chronic diseases are diseases that last longer than, say, a year, I want to say. Something like that. Yeah, longer than a year. It says it's the leading cause of death in the United States. 7 out of 10 people suffer from a form of chronic disease. 7 out of 10. Man, does that sound like the normal default human condition, folks? Yeah, something doesn't add up there. 70% of people suffer from a chronic disease. Wow, that just seems extraordinarily high for let's just say an animal living in its proper habitat and evolved way of living. I mean, 70%, yeah, something doesn't add up there. I know most folks can understand where I'm coming from on that. The human has thrived. The human or something like us has certainly thrived for the last 2.5 million years. And I'm pretty doggone sure 70% of them were not suffering from chronic disease. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you realize something doesn't add up, and well, you got to look in the mirror a little bit, or you gotta take a look and see what there's cause and effect, right? So some of the listed ones here that they have for chronic disease: ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, Alzheimer's, cancer, Crohn's, diabetes, and heart disease. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I understand that some of those things can be genetic, but correct me if I'm wrong. Well, let's just say it this way: the predisposition for which can be genetic. However, in some instances, they will not occur. And if they don't occur in some instances, then one has to ask, what's the catalyst, right? But anyways, you've got certain things that are preventable on that list. And so why not have chronic disease prevention day instead of chronic disease? All right. That's enough on chronic disease. I think Terry's going into his musical experience in hey, good morning, Jake. Hope you're doing well. Terry's going into his music experience, and he said he had chromatic disease. No, chromatic shot as a child. I think he's referring to the chromatic scale on the piano. I'm just kidding. He says, I had chronic shot as a child. I had my chronic shot as a child. I don't know, Terry. Are you taking that into the Cro-Magnon area or the chronic? One of those, well, jabronis, let's just say. Now, you might ask, what other national day is it? Today's National Pina Colada Day. I know a lot of people can get their arms around that one, or a big glass of it anyways. National Pina Colada. I remember back in earlier years where Cocoa Reeb. You ever heard of Cocoa Reeb and pineapple juice? That used to be a thing. Cocoa Reeb. I think it's a type of rum. Cocoa Reeb with pineapple juice. Popular drink for the ladies. Hey, if you're being honest, it didn't taste bad, Anyways, that's enough on National Pina Colada Day, huh? National Kitten Day. This one's going out to Jib. National Kitten Day. Meow. And also shout out to Kitty, Miss Kitty. National Kitten Day. They are cute. I will admit. I will acknowledge. They are cute. But this is a doghouse. Ky's in the doghouse again. I hate when that happens. I'm not in the doghouse. But this is more of a doghouse than a cat house. And that's loaded too. We'll just leave this alone. I'm done with that subject. National Kitten Day. Now, here's another one. Now, I'm going to learn something here because I have no idea what this is. Maybe somebody in here will care to comment and add to it. National Clara Hugh Day. Clara Hugh Day. National Clara Hugh Day. It says July 10th each year, National Clara Hugh Day in the United States celebrates a poem style created by Edmund Clarihue Bentley. Well, now why would you name it after his middle name and not his last name? Does that seem right, folks? National Clarihue Day in the United States celebrates a poem style created by Edmund Clarihue Bentley. His 4-line biographical poem offers a brief, though whimsical approach to poetry. I don't know, man. Sounds like he's been hanging around the haiku bar to me. Let me know what your thoughts are. An English novelist and humorist, Edmund Clarihue Bentley, July 10th, 1875 to March 30th, 1956, created the first ever Clarihue at the age of 16. Wow. Certainly hope he wiped. Oh, that's awful. How could you say such a thing? That's terrible. Anyways, so there's a new one for you. Clarihue. I think I'll say that at the end of my show. Chividiamo Chow, Telly Ho, and Clarihue. Don't forget to flush. Just kidding, man. I don't know. He could be a great poem. Great poet. So I learned something new there. Maybe some of you did not, and you could have told me. All right, let's get back to the chat here. I had a chronic shot. I had my chronic shot as a child. Terry had me laughing. He's talking about the most catchy song there ever was on his Twitter account. Entertaining to say the least. And well, if I'm being honest, I was a little disappointed. I was expecting something good. Of course, I should have known better. Terry says 70s. I'm sorry if I'm behind in the chat here. I'm not sure what the 70s is referring to. Good to see you in here. Jerry, hope you're doing well this morning. Chronic runs in our family. See, I'm about to learn something again here. Yes, chronic hypochondria. Let's see what we can figure out here. Well, here I go to look up chronic shot, which he's joking about, and I get the first thing comes up is cortisone shots. I'm pretty sure that's not what he had in mind. All right, I've sufficiently searched it to realize that he's pulling our leg. I should have known and trusted my suspicion. Chronic runs in our family. Oh, Lord. Hey, good morning. The founder of Catalano TV, the one, the only, Joey C. Good to see you, Joey. Hope you're doing well this morning, buddy. Hope all is going well. Appreciate you. Nothing but the kindest words to say about my dear brother, Joseph Samuel. Some reason last night, I stumbled across the adventures of Brother Joseph Samuel. Pop that thing on play. I got quite the laugh, man. Funny story. The Adventures of Brother Joseph Samuel. Just kind of taking a look at what I need to clean up on that the channel that we posted in here. It's the link to our YouTube channel, which Joey is endorsing us. Appreciate that so much. So thankful for your brother Joseph. And Jerry says, I was a freaked poet once. I got over it, stuck with writing songs. Oh, I was a great poet once. I got over it, stuck with writing songs. Yeah, Jerry, if I'm being honest, man, I've dabbled in it myself. Were it to be the love of the impure to me, I might cast myself to the ground or sea. For when the white feather of the dove becomes that of the hawk, my love would cease as I. For when could such words of foolishness appear but from that of a man with a heart before fear? Was it a man with a heart before fear? Or just a guy without a beer? That one goes out to you, Brent Monkhouse. I can't drink beer. What's he writing poems about it for? Anyways, there's more where that came from. Don't worry, I'm not threatening you. Eggplant Frank. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you had a great day today and you're having a lovely evening. I got you, Jerry. I get it. I understand. And that's the link. So kindly provided at Catalano TV. So thankful for our brother Joey and Honey C, frankly. The whole group of Catalano TV. Joey C, got any old days Stern stuff I can answer? Yeah, that's a great question. I can't wait to listen. Joey's got the background, the knowledge of the Howard Stern stuff. I can't wait to see him get into it with Jerry and go into some of those old. It just gives you some maybe memories, right? And I think it's going to be fun. Jerry says, Ky, I see you got guitar fever like Jib. Well, I got a fever, and the only cure is more guitar. Kind of like cowbell, right? What? I'm just like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time. However, when my pants are on, I make freaking gold records, says Christopher Watkins, playing the role of, was it producer Bruce Dickinson? Something like that. Freaking great line from Saturday Night Live. Really fun stuff. Gotta have more cowbell, baby. I got a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell. I'm at the pub watching boxing. Oh, interesting. Watching boxing, listening to us, and having a brewski in the pub, man. Sounds like a great thing. You obviously can do more than one thing at a time. Eggplant Frank. Delighted that you're participating here, man. The chat, we all know the chat is part of what really makes the show. It without the chat contributions here, it's not the same show. We really appreciate all the folks. And that's why we incorporate them into the blue songs. Yeah, good morning. Going back and forth. Main event is on. We are round 3 of 12. Well, it's going to be a while then, huh? Eggplant Frank, I hope that e-bike is ready to take you home later. Yeah. Eggplant Frank says Goodman versus Warrawut. Warrawut. Wonder what nationality that is. Goodman? I can guess that one's probably British. Versus could be Italian. Some people modified Italian names. Buonuomo, good man. Versus Worawut. Worawut. Reminds me of Terre Haute. I don't know. Something like that. Yo, Big Boss, man. What is rocking, Big Boss? Great to see you in here. Mordecai, blessings. Man, we will take the blessings, brother. We are blessed in so many ways at Catalano TV here. We are so blessed to have Joey and Honey C in our life. We are thankful for it. We don't take anything for granted. We're appreciative. So thanks for coming in, Big Boss. Appreciate your participation. Ky, you are the best broadcaster by far on the Catalano. Oh, come on. Give me a listen. I am in no delusion or illusion that Joey C is the main draw at Catalan TV. I know you know that, Eggplant Frank. And I appreciate your kind words because I know the intentions are complimentary. And I appreciate that. And we all have different tastes too. I understand that. But I got to be honest, I'd much rather listen to Joey. I am entertained and to hear him speak. He's a gifted speaker, man. There's just something, there's a certain je ne sais quoi when you hear Joey talk that, and even like guys like Pat Dixon will bring this up too. There's something unique there that just draws the folks in. That's how he busted on the scene and got, I don't know how many thousands of subscribers in practically an instant. I mean, just absolutely brilliant marketing. Just the way he handled things and just entered was absolutely powerful. It's if I'm being honest about it and just put it in terms of how I see it, Joey C is a force of nature. I'm serious, man. And that's how things like that happen for people like that. Force of nature. That's what I think. Certainly appreciate y'all. Goodman is Australian. Other guy is Thai. Oh, there we go. Interesting. Yeah, man. The Thai boxer's nothing to sneeze at. Well, maybe Miss Honeybee would sneeze at him, but you know what I'm saying. I spent a good bit of time in Thailand, actually. I loved Thailand. It is a kingdom. There are a lot of there's a lot of corruption in a kingdom like that. So there's certainly all the baggage that comes with a kingdom, so to speak. However, the people in Thailand, that just so sweet. I just love the people in Thailand. I had some business there. I went to a number of different factories in the countryside. Oh my God, the traffic. Whew. Man, you think we got bad traffic in the States anywhere? You have not been to Bangkok. Let me tell you, man. Anyways, I really enjoyed my time there. Oh my goodness. The Thai food, the traditional Thai food in Thailand, hard to beat. Really, really good food. And like I said, the folks just really, it was just a great joy. I had so many good interactions, just really wonderful folks there. Just sweet people. And frankly, just a wonderful, delightful disposition on average. You know, you go to a lot of places, like I've been to China, and a lot of the people in the countryside, the Chinese people are great. They are. I don't agree with necessarily how things get run at the upper levels, right? But the people, they're awesome. Same with the Thai people. Thailand is it's just a great time. I'm not thrilled about the government there either, but well, you know, the whole better by birth thing does not roll well with me. I tend to like democratic republics and ones that are constitutional at that, I might add. So let's put that qualifier in place. We stay out of politics on the show and on the channel here. But I don't think anybody would argue that we love to see liberty and personal freedoms for citizens. I think we can all agree on that. And if we don't, well, there's some fundamental differences. Jerry says, Frank agreed. More kind words. Appreciate it. Morning, honeybee. Gaseous is working on the hair, folks. Hey there, Gaseous, man. It's great to see you. Now, Eggplant Frank says, Ky, your sound is the best. Your voice is the best. You uplift me with your commentary. You put in so much preparation. Honeybee 2. It's a massive loss for this. This is a wonderful network, Frank. I'm very proud of all the things we've done here. I'm very proud of my brother Joey. I'm proud of Honey C. I'd ask you, Frank, I'd kindly ask you to reflect on what those two very special human beings have lived through. If you know much about them, if you don't, dig in a little bit and find out. These are two very special people. They've been through a lot. They've been through circumstances that you and I don't think any mother or father should ever have to live through. And so I understand what you're saying. I also think that I just want to add some things where maybe you're not aware of certain things that I am. I know Joey like a brother. I know Joey in a different way a lot of folks do. When I see Joey, I don't see the guy who burst onto the scene. I see all that talent. I see the guy that I wanted to help when I saw him. And I see a brother. And he's one that I cannot hold a candle to. But I do appreciate your kind remarks. I really do. Really appreciate it. It moves me, Eggplant Frank. As strange as that might sound, it moves me. Terry Nee says, Ky Brancaccio starts the day with a smile that lights the way. Spreading joy with every stride, a hero we all take in pride. Man, freaking Terry Nee. The brilliance of this man just never stops, does it? I got to read that with justice because, of course, I mispronounce something when I read it. Ky Brancaccio starts the day with a smile that lights the way. Spreading joy with every stride, a hero we all take in pride. How cool is that, Terry? Terry's got so many gifts. And by the way, Terry, I don't think you're expecting me to say this. I want you to just contemplate for a moment what I'm going to say. All right. Happy birthday. Were you expecting that, Terry? Be honest, man. Just be honest. Did I get you for a loop there just for a momentary lapse of judgment? Critical lapse of judgment. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And my definition of sexual relations as a lawyer does not need to be defined here. Just accept my word for its face value. What dress? What are you talking about? That's not for me. Oh, it takes you back. I bring that stuff up in light. It's funny. It's not politically intended at all. It's just making light of situations and circumstances that well, let's just say the parliament of whores finds themselves in frequently. Thanks for the kind word. Terry, man, you're freaking awesome, buddy. Happy birthday. Hey, Ram is in the house. I'm going to call you Rambunctious Ram. Just kidding. Good evening, Ky, brother and sis. Lifts up B and puts her down after 10 minutes. West Indies 3/44 against England. Go Poems. Interesting. Boy, it sounds like a crushing win or loss. I don't know. We'll see. We can see if Eggplant Frank has a response. Eggplant Frank says, Terry, you are right. In honor of Clara who? Not sure. I never met Clara. Oh, I love it. Morning, big boss. Don't get mad at the accents I use. They're not intended to portray anyone in here. I have to have I take things in a creative approach where I don't mean to imply like somebody has an accent that doesn't. I'm just having fun. And I know you folks know it. Just for anybody new here. I'll wind up Joey C. Believe it or not, 1982. I heard Jackie and Fred on CB radio looking for Wilm DE Comedy Club directions. Changed their lives. Let me read this again, make sure I understand. I'll wind up Joey C. Believe it or not, 1982, I heard Jackie and Fred on CB radio looking for Wilm DE Comedy Club directions. Changed their lives. So I imagine it's possible you're driving a truck then, Jerry? Maybe I misunderstood. I get it should have been Fred. I got that. Okay. You heard the one about yeah, I won't bring that up. That's not funny. Ram says, sorry, I'm late, my brother. Yeah, you are right on time, Ram. Thanks for coming in here. Thank you, Eggplant Frank. That was so nice to say. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Eggplant Frank, he's always interesting, just like Brent Monkhouse. Right? They're always something interesting. Or Ross Dogs, or Terry Nee and Ram. We just got the best in here. Waver, Donks. I mean, the list goes on. Miss Kitty. Just so thankful for the folks. Let's see. Eggplant Frank says, I say a lot of compliments, costs you nothing and makes other people feel good. Well, I think that's a good thing to reflect on. Kind words to others can go a long way. I agree with that totally. In fact, I always like to think in terms of like if I'm traveling somewhere or I'm in another city or if I'm just walking through a park or something, or I don't know about you, but if I pass somebody, a nod, a smile, a hello, these are things I feel compelled to do. I I just I can't see walking past another human, and it happens. Listen, you go into cities, it's a whole nother science of interactions in a city, right? Or an urban environment. It's not quite the same. But typically, and I this is the same case for me when I'm like if I'm going downtown Cleveland and on business, I still nod to people, say hello or whatever. If you catch eye contact with, it's just the way I am. A simple smile can brighten someone's day. Costs you nothing and makes other people feel good. I think so. Okay, Brent Monkhouse comes in. I think we got a supposition here, folks. Could be. According to Ross Dogs, the lady boys in Thailand are top notch. You gonna put that on Ross Dogs now? Well, listen, Brent, I'm thankful that you didn't put it on me. I know that the thought might have occurred to you, and out of respect for Honeybee, you didn't. Right? So I got you pegged, Brent Monkhouse. That's not the word right. That's not the right word either. But he says, according to Ross Dogs, the lady boys in Thailand are top notch. Poor Ross Dogs. He might wake his way in here and see that. I freaking love Ross Dogs too, man. Oh, funny. Ram says, nice to stay out of politics. It brings out more hatred. Yeah, I agree, man. Let's focus on what we have in common: the humanity, the goodness, the joy, the thankfulness. All those things are what brings us together in this world, quite frankly. The other thing I'd like to add is there's never been a better time. If you look in terms of the average status of the average human being on the face of this earth, there has never been a better time to be alive. The average state of living for the average human being on this planet has never been better. A lot to be thankful for, a lot to think about that's positive. Yeah, sure, there's the other stuff, right? There's all that other stuff. And things need to be addressed too, but we're not there now. Yep. More hugs to go around. Joey C., one paragraph from Washington Post, called Howard Stern, D.C. broadcaster, a shock jock after joke about a plane crash to bring on Potomac. People died. Interesting. Okay, so that's where he was first classified as such. That sounds interesting. Terry says there's a lot of politics this year. I was bit by one once. Politics. They got like 5 heads or something, Terry. Politics. That's right. That's right, Terry. Those are the ones from Poland, right? I imagine some of your wife's relatives brought them here when they visited the States. Listen, they were wearing white socks. Come on, let's not dress it up here. That used to be a joke when we were kids. White socks meant you were Polish. There's a huge Polish community in Cleveland, a huge Irish community, huge Italian, huge German, huge Croatian. They're just all, listen, the melting pot. Cleveland is definitely representative of that. And a lot of great cultural events for the Polish, great. A lot of, I don't know about you, but there's something nostalgic about polka music. It's just fun, man. We go to these, there's this band called the Chardon Polka Band, and they play in Chardon. They have this, they have a summer concert series up in Chardon. Every Friday night, they have a band. And of course, the Chardon Polka Band's one of the bands that plays there on occasion. And it's just kind of nostalgic. And now these guys play a lot of rock songs, so they got a twist to it, right? They're like Weird Al Yankovic with a little different twist, but not like Weird Al Yankovic. But they still have comedy in their act, so they're good entertainers. Let's just put it that way. And I think they might have been bit by the politics, which causes one to do the dance of the spider almost, but it's polka dancing instead. The tarantella, a little bit different. You know what I'm talking about, Terry. You've heard of the tarantella, right? It's not a dessert, people. The tarantella is not a dessert. How did you know it was my birthday, Terry? You smart aleck. And Brenda Dunford in here with the everlasting, ever-loving Joey comments. Joe23. Special cup, Joe. Great to see you in here, Brenda. The ladies are unrepresented on this network, and we're delighted to have another in here. It's a test match that goes for 5 days, says Ram. Interesting. And Eggplant says, I wrote a long post, but my mother has been through far worse than anything Joey or his wife has been through, and she is a much better. Yeah, well, I'd beg to, I'd ask you to consider. I'm not, listen, I won't take away anything from your personal stories or what you've experienced in your mother. I understand, in life, we can hear other people's stories and realize just how god awful things were for some folks, right? And then there's other folks that have their stories, which comparatively seem like nothing. And the weird part about it is all those folks growing up with those different circumstances, somehow there are as significant to them in their own lives as some of those are to the others. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're comparative. Okay, you can't compare them necessarily. But, they may have been formative. Let's just put it the way they impacted their lives. They impacted their outlook. And, I'm sorry to hear this about your mom, Frank. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what this one is, Brenda. This is a little bit different. I don't see any Joey in that comment, but we'll take it nonetheless, less than none. Yeah, I got what you're saying there, Frank. Mother has. I just got to tell you, man, my dear brother Joey and his wife, you might not be aware of everything. Maybe. I can't honestly tell the stories with the dry eye, my brother. I cannot. I can't even talk about it, honestly. That's how troubling it is to me when somebody you know and love, you realize and know what they live through. I try not to talk about it too much either because, frankly, I don't want my brother to hear it and dwell on those things because there's so much to be thankful for moving forward and realizing that things are behind you and you thank God that those days have passed. Now, of course, they're part of what made you who you are, but they're past, and thank God for that. I'm sure you understand that one, Frank. Jerry says, I was in my bedroom on CB base, age 24. Okay, so he's running a CB in his bedroom. I see. So you're using it as a communication device, and yeah, I imagine back in the time that was pretty popular. Well, I'm not sure. These might be symbols for some faces or something or emojis, right? Here's Apple Joe, Strawberry Joe, Broccoli Joe, all kinds of Joes. That's wonderful, Brenda. Brenda is saying that Joey is fruits and vegetables. I don't know. I'm guessing he's pretty nutritious, though. We're going to leave it at that. Good morning, Kai, Miss Honeybee, and Best Chat. Waiver, absolutely the best chat, and that we are thankful for. Great to see you in here, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Yep, yep. Waiver says, excuse me, did I just stutter? Well, yes, you did. That's okay. We don't mind hearing it twice. Now we got Cherry Joe. There you go. That's lovely to see another lady in the house. Good morning, Wava. And we got Peachy Joe with a peach shaped like a heart. And I'm sure. Thanks for the pep up last night about my 14-year-old nephew, Kylie. You're welcome, Bram. You're welcome, brother. It's hard things to deal with and hard things to hear and think about for people that are your friends. And now comes the avocado Joe, the pineapple Joe, and I think there's going to be Joe in the morning where he's doing his morning show, right? We'll cross talk in here. Whoever hugs, glad to see you. I think I'll go ahead and post. Here's the link to the Kai and Friends in the Morning show, the channel that will be broadcasting from after Monday next week. Appreciate the folks subscribing if you can. Very thankful for the folks. Very thankful that Brother Joseph Samuel is endorsing us. Just so blessed to be on Catalano TV. Learned so much here. Appreciate my brother. Eggplant says, I complimented my wife this morning. We have been together 20 plus years. I made a point of telling her when she was going to work this morning, she looked great. How sweet is that? Yeah, Eggplant. Some valuable things right in that statement, my friend. Valuable things. You know, moments like that you can reflect on and say, what if that was the last time I talked to somebody? What did I say? He said something nice. I'm not saying don't imagine that's the case, but you know what I'm saying? These things, they're important. And so as she goes to work during the day and she thinks of her husband, she has the memory, the very recent memory, the last memory of interfacing with hubby where he said, she looks great. How sweet is that? What a wonderful thing. Tell me anybody who doesn't need a little encouragement or compliment. Heartfelt, which I'm sure it was for Frank. And here's Potato Joe. Brenda says Potato Joe. And there's Carrot Joe. Now listen, I'm not going to take this in the direction Andrew Dice Clay would, but she's saying Carrot Joe. I don't think there is a Carrot Joe. He doesn't want any of that vitamin A. Crosstalk in the chat. It's great to see y'all in here. And Waver says the tea was extra. Okay. Might have been flavored with hibiscus. Pretty much. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's the comment about the tie. Comments about Brett saying he putting it on Ross Dogs. He's saving me the burden. Humanities. Yes, you studied the humanities in the water next to Florida. some of the parks there. The humanities. Love it. Oh, the humanities. Do you remember that old movie with the Indian that had the, well, we got to be careful how we say any of these things from before, right? Anyways, you remember the Native American movie where the one person starts growing this object on their shoulder or their neck or whatever the heck it was, and it was called the manatee. Or no, it was the Manitou. That's it, Manitou. It was came right before Mana 3 and right after Mana 1, who was not a loss. We'll leave it at that. And Brenda with all the advertisements for our dear founder, Joey. Hey, Ram, hugs back to you. Good to be alive in here. That's right, man. A day above ground is a good day. It is not a good day to die, mind you. Oh, come on, Eggplant Frank. Eggplant Frank, mixing words again. I appreciate that you're not being all forward about this, Eggplant Frank. Ram's got a good heart. I know you could see it. Eggplant Frank. Oh man. Sometimes sometimes folks, they have different ways of learning maybe what's customary or what's traditional in terms of how they communicate. Let's just put it that way. Grapes, Joey. There you go. Eggplant Frank's telling me I don't like you. No, I know. I'm just kidding. He's talking to somebody else. Apple Joe, Pepper Joe, Orange Joe. I think that might be a lemon. And Ramses, Ky, and Honeybee and me have come to an understanding. We spoke about this while everyone wasn't here. Ram's a good guy. He's got a good heart. I know Frank knows that. Pickle Joe. Now, there's some substance to that. Pickle Joe. He did have the pickle character. Peanut Joe. Legume Joe, we could say. Make it sound a little more ethnic. All right. Brenda, I'm sure that your fingers are getting tired. Maybe they're not. And Ramp says, it's okay if you don't like me, Frank. I got others that like me around. Different than you. I think Eggplant Frank's just challenging Ram. He's challenging you because some of the things you say he finds a little bit, past the balance point, maybe. I don't know. I think Eggplant does see the good in you too. He just maybe, let's leave the subtleties out of it. You guys can hash that stuff out, right? Everyone has, hey, Big Boss, how you doing? Everyone has their own favorite in the Dabbleverse. I imagine so, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Why is everyone posting Joe? I think it's just Brenda. We all love Joey, but I think it's just Brenda for the most part. Joey rocks too. Yep. There's the link for Ky Brancaccio. We'll be broadcasting from there Monday. So thankful for our brother Joseph. Probably another one we can't read. Cup of JoJo. That's right. And not JoJo, mind you. Eggplant Frank says, my mother's father was in his own house and stopped taking meds so he could. My mother was out the front begging him to come out. An ambulance. Yeah, boy, Frank, that stuff hurts to read, brother. It hurts to read that stuff, my friend. Wow. You're in our prayers, brother. I know you don't follow necessarily that, but nonetheless, you're in our prayers. My sister was 6 months old. He didn't take care. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Frank, we're man, sorry about that, brother. Actually, Frank says, can we ban Brenda? Well, I think Brenda Honeybee will start deleting if you get a little too carried away, but she's having fun. It's pretty harmless, I guess. Don't want to annoy the chat though. Um, but I think her intentions are good. Okay. I see. It's getting a little bit. Yeah, Frank's sharing some personal stuff that's very difficult. So kind of a delicate moment, right? More nice things from Brenda to Joey. Ram's digging in, huh? Okay. Oh, come on, Ram. Okay, here we go. Oh Lord, wasn't that long ago we passed 6,700 subscribers on Catalano TV. Yeah, I think Mrs. Honeybee will start. Mrs. Honeybee will time out if it gets out of hand here. I think she's probably going to do that. Maybe she'll give a warning first and so Brenda says, hey, just ease up a little bit on the chat. That might be a good idea. Indians and old westerns were usually Italians. Yeah, right. And actually, Terry, can we be a little more Pacific? Malapropisms are so underrated. Can we be a little more Pacific and say Sicilians? A lot of the Indians in old westerns happen to be Sicilians, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, Terry. Certainly Italian, right? Yeah, it's kind of cool, When I look at the images, I think there's similarities in the nose. Maybe some of them. You remember the old Cleveland Indians pictures? Those were a little different. Right? Ram and I have an understanding. Wink, wink. Okay. Brett throwing that out again. He's going to be offering to tuck you in again. Ram, inappropriate. You don't talk about another man's lady like this. I think he's talking about, yeah, I guess. I understand. Eggplant Frank. I understand. I'm off to sleep. Good night, Sis B, Ky, brother, and Frank is putting me to sleep with his comments about me. Well, I think we can all get along. Dr. Steve brings up that statement. Can't we all just get along? And he reminds you how profound that statement was back in the day. Yep. Well, Miss Honeybee will time her out if it can't get under control. I guess I don't know. Terry. I am so deeply offended, Terry. I know there's a laugh covering up that hurtful pain that I feel right now in my gut. That hurtful pain, the sharp intrusion of your insults, deep insults here. You all look the same to me, says. My head reminds me of the time I was in London, Graham Terrace, Southwest London, the Duke of Wellington pub, waiting for my cousin to come home who just lived up the block. In a flat, mind you, that had a lease that goes back to the Prince of Wales in like 300 or 400 years. That's the system over there for a lot of them. Let that one sink in. Oh, you want to buy a house? Oh, no, that house goes back after 400 years. Oh, lovely. Isn't that wonderful? Ah, yes. Democracy. Live and breathe it. Ah, yes. No, that's kingdom. That's better by birth, you bastards. Just kidding. That's funny, Terry. Ky, I would love to have a one-on-one conversation. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Definitely appreciate you. I definitely would love to talk to the folks in the chat. In fact, there are opportunities to do that in spaces. Unfortunately, our experience with some of those brought out, well, the less than desirables. Let's just put it that way. But there's always possibilities, right? Yep. Yep. Well, folks, I think we're getting ready to call it in here. Let us know if you got any final comments you want to add for the show. I'd like to post this again if you could. Please subscribe. Joey is giving us a full-fledged support and endorsement for our new channel. We'll be broadcasting from next Monday. I'm so thankful for our brother Joseph. Let's get into the next chats here. There's more Brenda's words. So my mother, her youngest brother, ran out in the streets, and he was, wow. These are really tough situations. We have a dear friend of ours from Guitar Guys that lost a lovely little darling gem of a daughter, and just broke my heart. Used to look forward to seeing that lovely little lady come in during the shows, and man, I understand what that's like. That's tough. Yeah, I think Miss Honeybee is going to take care of that. I guess I don't know what to say. Kind of reminds me of somebody else. Somebody that's nice, but just can't seem to stop. Oh, I think Eggplant's saying what she's writing. Yeah. Does it rhyme with Ruth? What's that? I probably missed it. Terry says, does it rhyme with Ruth? I missed it. Let's see. I have to go back up here. I'll try. Sometimes it's... Oh. Y'all look the same to me. Does it rhyme with Ruth? Yes, it's truth. Terry, no, it's TRUFF. You're speaking truth. You're throwing out the truth. You can even put an S at the end of that. The truths. The truths. Waver says, hey, Joey C, sir. That was funny talking about the Blues Brothers the other day. Yeah, so just so you know, Waver, when I post something in the chat, it's going to show coming from Catalano TV and Ky and Friends. And I try to mention that I'm posting it so that people don't get the impression that Joey's posting it. Joey has posted this. He's very kind to endorse our channel and our move forward next week. Really so thankful for everything that we've learned and done here at Catalano TV. Freaking love these people. Absolutely love them. But yeah, I love hearing Joey do the you were at the members, right? You're at the members only. That was a lot of fun. Eggplant, yeah, I understand. Yeah, Eggplant, I understand, man. I totally understand. And I don't know how to articulate this real well, but I find there are things that I can't share with you, Eggplant Frank, but I find it best to try to think of some of the select moments that help me to reframe things and maybe understand them a little. There's certain things that can't be understood, but at least in terms of what's best for my long-term health moving forward, sometimes I reflect on how to reframe or to view certain things based on what is most helpful to me moving forward. It is a very slow process of healing, so to speak, right? And listen, I'm not going to try to tell you how to view or frame what your experiences are, because we know how deeply painful some of these things can be. So, anyways, I want to let you know, Eggplant Frank, we appreciate your brother, appreciate you sharing. These are not things that people easily talk about, and so it's not lost on me that you're sharing about this, things like that. It's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, I totally understand, brother. Um, well, I think we covered everything. We went through the national days. Um, Let me say, Eggplant, I wish you all the best, brother. I know that you can reframe some things and move forward, and choose to think of other things that do bring, like your lovely wife leaving the house today, reflecting on some of the things that you're so thankful for that you have in your life. And sometimes I'm not saying block things out, because there's a certain amount of healing that has to happen by acknowledging, right, to move forward. But at the same time, you know what's best for you and to move forward positively in your life, right? There's times for these things, right? I know it. Love you too, brother. Say that sincerely, Eggplant Frank. We love you too, man. We don't put you in our songs for no reason, brother. You know that. Chileno. Yo, Chileno, what's up, man? Another form of nightshade, I might add. You have that in common with Eggplant Frank and the potato. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a tomato at some point. Or maybe there'll be a tobacco leaf that's on screen talking. All of which are nightshades. Good to see you in here, Tolino. Glad you got your wrench back, brother. I It's so weird that Cholito's not a member. We got to fix that, man. I don't know. There's some funny things happen sometimes at the channel with the memberships. Like, for instance, Big Boss somehow doesn't get the gifted memberships yet. He's here. He's here all the time, man. It's hard to understand. Anyways, look, we're gonna roll it out. This is like a long Italian goodbye. When I hear touching things from my dear friend Eggplant Frank, I just don't want to roll out without just trying to give a path forward that that carries some momentum into the right direction. Anyways, Eggplant Frank says it's very difficult. My mother and her mother had to hide under. Oh wow. Yeah, these things hurt, Eggplant Frank, man. It really hurts to see. And yeah, very troubling, man. I understand the things you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. No, listen, yeah, you don't have to stop, man. But I would tell you to be thankful for the. I'm not going to tell you anything, man. I'll just keep my mouth shut here. Appreciate you. We love you, man. Want the best for you, and hope that you can reframe your day and move forward with some of that stuff. And you've done this before. You have the ability to move forward and put some of these things behind you and focus on the good things in your life, right? I know there's a lot of that. And I'm sorry for the pain you feel too, brother. Yes, wave a long Italian goodbye. I know that well, Ky. Yeah. I'm telling you what, man. There are not short ones. There aren't short and sweet Italian goodbyes. At least not that I've ever experienced. They always take a while, especially when you give a damn about people, right? Especially then. We love you, brother. You know that. Especially hard, long goodbyes at the poker table. Oof. Yeah, right. Yeah, those can be quite painful, as I understand it. I don't play poker. Somebody asked me last week, I think DJ Electra, hey, Ky, you play poker? Not really. I mean, I can, but I'm the guy that you would invite And it's like, come on, man, take your turn. And I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, and you're like, what's wrong with this guy? What are you thinking about? What's taking you so long? It's like Stripes, where the guy says, "Oh, if I had that hand, I'd bet it all." All right. Well, we're gonna roll out. Appreciate y'all. Thanks. I hope you all have a great day. It's a wonderful day to be above ground. There's so much to be thankful for in life. And sometimes it's just as simple as reflecting on those items and removing the loop in the mind that carries you back into something else. There's the ability in humans that, as far as I know, no other creatures can do with the power of the mind. Choose a different loop to play in that head, one that carries you higher up. Leave it at that. Terry says, I played poker, but now I'm married. What the heck? That's not supposed to stop then. Terry, what are you telling us? Don't tell this to the younger folks. You're going to discourage them. All right, on that note, we got some good humor from Terry. Ci vediamo, ciao, l'chaim nastrovia. Cheers, tally ho, and we freaking love you, Frank. Ciao.
Joey C and Honey C laughing loud on TV. Ky with those guitar leads, Spider's drum beat melody. Honeybee laughs and sneezes, good vibes always pleases. Kahuna knew we never slow, makes the good times flow. Catalano TV, fun for you and me. Epic jams every night, under the spotlight. Tunes that make you sway, watch the troubles fade away. Every note a celebration, join the blues sensation. Friends all gathered round, living in the sound. Joy in every beat, dancing in our seat. Catalano TV, fun for you and me. Epic jams every night, under the spotlight. Make you sway, watch the troubles fade away. Every note a celebration, join the blues sensation. Friends all gather round, living in the sound. Joy in every beat, dancing in our seat.